1:03. The airport was loud in the way loneliness always is. Voices everywhere. Yet none meant for you, and Ethan Cross sat alone near gate 47, staring at the departure board as if it might explain why his chest felt so hollow. At 42, he was the CEO of one of the fastest-growing tech firms in the world, a man whose name appeared in business magazines and whose signature could move millions with a single stroke of ink. Yet in that moment, surrounded by travelers, hugging goodbye and children, laughing with sticky fingers and wide eyes, he had never felt more invisible. His tailored suit fit perfectly. His watch cost more than most people's cars, but none of it mattered. He had just closed a billion-dollar deal that morning and still felt like he'd lost something, far more valuable, something he couldn't name. His phone buzzed with congratulatory messages, but he didn't open them. He was tired of success that echoed instead of answered. That was when a small voice, clear and curious, cut through the noise. "Are you lost too, mister?" Ethan looked down, startled, and saw a little girl standing in front of him, no older than 7, holding a pink backpack that looked almost as big as she was. Her hair was tied into uneven pigtails, and her eyes carried a seriousness that didn't belong to someone so young. He blinked, unsure how to respond. "Lost," he repeated, half smiling out of habit. She nodded and climbed into the seat beside him without waiting for permission. "I am," she said simply. "My mom says being lost doesn't always mean you don't know where you are. Sometimes it means you don't know where you're going." Ethan felt something shift inside him, like a locked door creaking open. "That's very wise," he said. "What's your name?" "Lily," she replied. "What's yours?" "Ethan." She studied him for a moment, then frowned. "You look sad for someone who has everything." The words hit harder than any boardroom confrontation ever had. He laughed quietly. "Do I?" "Yeah," she said. "My dad used to look like that before he left." Silence settled between them, heavy and honest. Lily swung her feet, humming softly. "Where are you going?" she asked. "New York," Ethan answered. "Another meeting. Do you want to go?" she pressed. He opened his mouth to say yes, because that's what he always said, but the truth surprised him. "I don't know," he admitted. Lily smiled as if that was the right answer. "Then maybe you are lost," she said gently. Over the next minutes, which somehow stretched into something timeless, Lily talked about her mother, who worked 2 jobs, about missing her dad, about flying alone for the first time to spend Christmas with her grandmother. Ethan listened, really listened, in a way he hadn't listened to anyone in years. When boarding was announced, a woman rushed toward them, panic written across her face. "Lily!" she cried, pulling the girl into her arms. "I told you not to wander off." Lily pointed at Ethan. "It's okay, Mom. He was lost, too." 2-3. The woman looked embarrassed, apologized, and thanked Ethan. As they walked away, Lily turned back and waved. "I hope you find where you're going, mister," she called. Ethan watched her disappear into the crowd, his throat tight. Then he did something no one expected, not his assistant, not his shareholders, not even himself. He stood up, walked to the counter, and canceled his flight. And before Chapter 2 begins, if this story already has you feeling something, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because what happens next will change everything. Ethan didn't know why he canceled the flight, only that for the first time in years, he wasn't running on autopilot. He sat back down, heart pounding, as if he'd just jumped without checking for a parachute. His phone exploded with notifications when the news broke that the CEO had missed a critical meeting, but he ignored them all. Instead, he replayed Lily's words in his mind. "Sometimes being lost doesn't mean you don't know where you are." He walked through the terminal without direction, watching families reunite, strangers share smiles, and janitors work quietly in the background, people who didn't make headlines yet seemed more present than he'd ever been. Hours later, he found himself at a small cafe just outside the airport, sipping coffee that tasted strangely better than the 5-star brews he was used to. That's where he saw her again, Lily, sitting with her mother at a corner table, coloring on a napkin. She looked up and gasped. "You're still lost," she said, delighted. Ethan laughed, a real laugh, one that surprised even him. "Maybe," he said. Her mother smiled politely, recognition flickering. "You're the man from earlier," she said. "Thank you for keeping her company." They talked, first politely, then openly. Her name was Sarah. She worked hard, loved fiercely, and spoke honestly. When Lily asked Ethan why he wasn't on his plane, he told the truth. "Because you reminded me. I forgot how to choose." Something about that honesty cracked a dam. Over the following weeks, Ethan made choices that shocked everyone. He delegated more, stepped back, started a foundation for children traveling alone, and most importantly, showed up. He visited Lily and Sarah, helped quietly without trying to fix everything with money. Christmas came, and Ethan found himself at a small dinner table instead of a luxury penthouse, laughing over burnt cookies and mismatched plates. That night, Lily handed him a folded piece of paper. Inside was a crayon drawing of 3 stick figures holding hands at an airport. At the top it read, "You found us." Ethan swallowed hard. For the first time, success didn't feel empty. It felt shared. Years later, when reporters asked him what changed his life, he didn't mention deals or profits. He told them about a little girl at an airport who asked a simple question that shook him awake. And if this story reminded you that it's never too late to find your way, subscribe to the 33 channel, because the next story might be the one that finds you.